Okay, hi. This is just another video just to go over another one of these sort of excellence type questions. There's a good example of this on page 243 in the homework book. So this is just another differential equation because they're not always like the ones you've been doing the last couple of days, if I'm sure you've noticed that. Okay, so just to put a bit of context, there's a theory that if you put warm or hot water in an ice cube tray instead of cold water, the ice cubes freeze quicker. There's lots of different theories about that. This is on the slides that I've shared with you anyway. You don't have to read all of this. But anyway, I think I could maybe prove this using rate of heat transfer. Rate of heat transfer. That's the one of the theories. By using calculus. Okay, normally I'd get you guys to think about that in class, but anyway, we'll just talk about this thing here. This is a one of Newton's theories. The rate at which the water is cooling is related to the difference between the thing's own temperature, that seems weird, and the temperature of the surroundings. Okay, so the rate of change of temperature is related to the temperature minus the temperature of the surroundings. Okay, and then it's multiplied by some sort of constant. Okay, so it depends on how hot the thing actually is and how hot the surroundings are. Okay, cool. So that's our differential equation. This is called Newton's law of cooling. Okay, fantastic. Okay, and when we solve this differential equation, it ends up looking like this. Now we're going to solve an actual problem that I actually did. These are my photos um, using this equation. So I'm going to show you how to solve this. So I measured the temperature of the freezer to be minus 15. So that's the surrounding temperature, right? I filled them with hot water from the tap. I measured the temperature of the water before putting it in. That was 68 degrees. So it was like almost, we're getting close to boiled water. So that's the starting temperature. After 1 hour, I took the temperature again, right? So after 1 hour, and the ice cube trays were now 8 degrees. Now, how long until the ice freezes? So we can use this differential equation to figure out that. Okay, so once again, even though I know this is going to eventually go to that, I need to actually show that I know how to do that using integration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the big T for temperature. Oh, I did it again. I'm not going to edit it out this time. I'm going to bring it over to the other side, so it's going to be 1 over all of that, right? And dt stays there, and now magically the integration sign appears, the r stays there, and dt for time, and the integration goes there. So this is going to integrate to ln of all of that, and this is just going to go to rt plus c. Okay, and now of course to get rid of the ln, I take e of both sides, and then over here I've got e of all of that, which is the same, remember, as e to the power of rt times e to the c. It's the same as all the other ones that we've done, which is how we ended up with this guy down here. So basically we're just going to rearrange this. We're just, instead of, we know e to the power of c is just going to be some constant because e is a number to the power of a constant, so that's just going to be a number. So often instead of writing e to the power of c when I'm solving this, I'll just put e to the power of c equals, I don't know, big K, right? It's just another constant, right? It's just whatever. It's all good. Times e to the power of rt, and now we're going to add ta, right? So that's our equation, right? So the temperature is equal to some kind of constant times e to the power of some kind of rate of change. And remember, Ta is just the surrounding temperature, which we know. So we know the surrounding temperature of the freezer is minus 15. We assume that stays constant, right? Because we're not going to open and close the doors all the time. So that's what TA is. So we actually know that. And then we got to think about how we're going to figure out K and how we're going to figure out R. What's the information we know? Well, it started at 68 degrees. So we know the initial temperature. So when time is equal to 0 is 68. That's going to help us. And then we know 1 hour later. So let's use time as in hours, right? So when time is equal to 1, the temperature is 8 degrees. So we know that as well. Okay, so now we've just substituted that in there. We've got at time is equal to 0, so 0 times R is just 0. The temperature is 68. So there we go. I've just flipped it around because I'm going to be trying to solve for... Actually, I haven't flipped it around, sorry. Ignore that. I've got it the exact same way. So that's all good. Anyway, so now we know e to the power of 0 is 1. So all we're left with is k minus 15. Now I'm going to flip it around. Equals 68. So of course k is 68 plus 15. Probably should have calculated this earlier. Anyway, so k is 83. Fantastic. Okay, and now you can see, now that we know what that is, it's 83. We chuck that in there. It's no coincidence that this is always the difference between the initial temperature and the surrounding temperature. So the initial temperature is 68 minus 15 gives me 83, right? Easy. Cool. So now what we're going to do to find the other part is we're going to go back to here and use the other information we had, which was after 1 hour, it's 8 degrees. So when T is equal to 1, it's 8 degrees. Now I conveniently chose that because if I substitute it in, I have 83. I'm going to swap it around. I'm going to put this side first because I'm solving for T. 83e. Now when T is 1, 1 times R, that's just R. So I'm not going to have to do any extra, or that little extra calculation, right? Equals, and the temperature is 8. So now we've just basically got some simple algebra, and I'll just quickly do it. I'll pause for a second. Okay, and we've got this here, and now we're just going to solve for R, and it's pretty much the same as what we've been doing in the other things, except first I'm going to go 8 plus 15, which gives me 23. Then I'm going to divide by 83, so I've got that. Now to get rid of the e, I'm going to log both sides, and I don't need to end up dividing by anything else because r was just multiplied by 1, so we've already got r by itself. So r is just ln of all of that, and I calculate it, and it gives me negative 1.2833. It's worth noting now that you could have started off with the differential equation being a negative number here to denote that the temperature is decreasing. So R already has a negative in front of it. And so you'd have negative R all the way along here and negative R here. You could do that. If you did that, the only difference would be when you calculated R would be that would be a positive number, because then you'd chuck it in and it'd still be negative, because the variable R started off being positive. What I calculated now has been a negative. Either way, you're getting a negative value up there. Okay, and so now I have my final equation now that I know what R is. So now for any time value, I can figure out what the temperature is, or what I want to do, I could figure out what the time is at a certain temperature. So in this case, how long it takes to freeze. To finish this off, we want to figure out how long it takes to freeze without opening the door all the time. So we want to know what is the time when the temperature is 0. So that's pretty easy. We're substituting temperature 0 and we're solving for T. I've flipped the equation round because I'm solving for T, right? So that makes sense. Cool. So all we're doing is just doing a little bit of algebra, really, and so you can see once you get going with a lot of these questions, you're doing the same thing a lot of the time, and just in lots of different ways. The hard part is just interpreting the questions, pretty much. Okay, so now just really quickly, going over the algebra just to finish that off. Of course, we're gonna take that over. So we got 0 plus 15 is just 15. Then we're gonna need to divide by 83, and then we take logs of both sides. You see, I'm not really writing log on both sides. This is just a basic algebraic thing we're doing now. So it's that, and then of course, so t is going to be log of all of that divided by negative 1.28. Now you've noticed I've written negative 1.28 rather than the longer decimal. That's just because I've used the shorter decimal just for ease of writing, so I don't have to write a big long decimal each time. But what I've actually used when I've calculated this, I've used what I've got saved in my calculator. So when I'm calculating this, I've just put in a brackets, ln 15 of brackets 15 over 83, close the brackets, then divided by, and then I've used the answer thing on my calculator. So then I'm getting the full version of this. So then I'm getting the most accurate answer possible here. So my final answer then is it will take about 1.33 hours to freeze. And of course I could figure out what 0.33 hours was in minutes, but that kind of answer would be acceptable unless they specifically said how many hours in minutes. But we've just used hours as the variable, so 1.33 hours is absolutely fine. And that's that. And of course, that's just me figuring out when I put in hot water. I then did the same experiment where I used, there's hot water, sorry, where I put in cold water. I started at 16 degrees, and then I figured out that didn't quite work, so I did it with warm water. And of course, once you've got this equation set up, you're not going to solve the calculus each time. You're just going to figure out, you can put all of these calculations as just formulas into a spreadsheet, and so now you've got what happens when the freezer is the same. So here's my control was cold water when it started off at 16. It took 1 hour 6 minutes. When it was really hot, 1 hour 20. And it was even hotter. Where did it start? Oh, it started off at 80 degrees. That seemed to take 1 hour 20 minutes. So my conclusion was hot water doesn't seem to work, but maybe there's a temperature between cold and hot. I need to do another one that's more like warm, maybe about 40 degrees or something like that. But at that point, I lost interest and lost time. Maybe you could do an experiment. Try some kind of temperature between 16 degrees and 68 and see if it does it faster or slower. Who knows? All right.